Alright guys, so there's this topic that just came up to me, and especially as an autistic, and this is just based on my experiences and why this thing that just keeps being brought up in the communities and these so-called organizations that claim to stand up for us autistics, why they just keep insisting that we focus on these stuff. And what I'm talking about is independent living skills and how I feel they're actually worthless and they don't help us at all. I don't care if it's well intentioned, but they do not help us at all, and I'll tell you why. So here's the thing. Long story short, what's the point of independent living skills if you can't afford anything? If you have no career prospects, if you're a low social status man, like you can't even get in a group conversation, you can't even make friends, you're not good at connections, you're just have low social ranking. And what's the point if you don't have any special talents that could translate to a career, or you're quote unquote destined for greatness? If you don't have any of that, then what's the point in independent living skills? Because I see it's time and time again why I try to reach out to these organizations for help. Because of course, unfortunately, I'm not neurotypical. I have developmental issues. And most of these people, they would just say, yeah, just focus on independent living skills. Focus on how taxes work, how to cook for yourself. Just things that are pretty much doable. I mean, as long as you have competent parents who are teachers of stuff, it's doable. Yet these organizations, they insist you focus heavily on these stuff, but yet they don't focus entirely on career exploration. There's a lot of autistic men who are lost in life, and we don't know what our place in the real world. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to proceed in this ever-changing job market. Many of us just blindly go to university just because we're told it's for the greater good. And we're told, yeah, university is actually better because you have the connection. But we as autistic people, we are struggling with connections, especially us men. It's much harder if you're a man. But and these organizations insist that we focus a lot on independent living skills, and they think that, oh, career exploration and independent living skills are two separate things. But no, in this stupid economy, they go hand in hand. If you know your independent living skills, yet you don't know what career you want, or you're not quote unquote destined for greatness, or if you're just low status and you just don't have much prospects, then you're not going to be able to practice those skills. And even if you somewhat and you're pretty much set up for and pretty much more than likely or not, you're just gonna become homeless if you even try independent living skills, because well, your skills might be there, your salary is not there, and most jobs don't pay nowadays. We don't live in the economy where you could just get a job around the corner and that'll be just enough to pay for some type of apartment. Yeah. But we don't live in this economy anymore. The economy that you claim to exist that has not existed for years. I'm talking before I was born, at least. It hasn't existed for a long time. In this economy, you have to be more than enough. You have to have lots of skills. You have to have connections. You have to be a person that many of us autistics will never be. It's never going to be like that for us. Yet these organizations, again, they insist that we focus a lot on independent living skills, it's going to go a long way. But no, it's not going to go a long way. It doesn't even scratch the surface. We also need career exploration. We need all these these things that would actually help pay us so we could live on our own if we desire to. And then these same people are just concerned about us still living with our parents. It's not our fault. It's not our fault we still live with our parents. It's not our fault. The way things are set up, it's really hard for us to even live the independent life you guys want us to live. But you know what to expect. These people do not like us because we're men, and they have high expectations of us, and they expect us to just shut up and perish in silence. Obviously, we need social change to change that. But it's no coincidence that these organizations are basically run by women. I mean, obviously, you're run by these neurotypical women who they probably party, they have a good social lives outside of their work. And Yet they insist that we focus a lot of independent living skills, and they don't even focus on what matters. Just like little no focus on what actually matters, which is like finding our place in the job market. Because unfortunately, money does not grow on trees, and our parents can't live forever. I mean, even our parents who let us live with them, they can't live forever. And obviously, we need to prepare. We need to prepare. We need to like have like some things lined up for us so that we know for sure that we're gonna be okay on our own. Because independent living skills is not enough. I'm telling you, it's not enough. Independent living skills is not enough. Why learn to cook for yourself when you can't afford groceries? Why learn to take public transit when public transit's not there? Why learn how to pay rent when you cannot afford rent? I'm just telling you, like, it just doesn't make sense. I grew up just being taught independent living skills, which honestly, like, it's not all bad, but the thing is, it's not what actually matters the most, unfortunately, in this job market. If you don't know what you're doing in life, then obviously it could be a ticking time bomb, and that's what I feel like. And many people just do not even want to understand this. They just think I'm too hard on myself. But no, that's not because of that. Because society's hard on me. Society does not want to wait for people who just want to figure it out. So obviously, I have no other choice but to live with my parents. So in summary, what's the point in independent living skills when you can't afford to be when you can't afford to live on your own? What's the point of it all? What's the point of living? What's the point of independent living skills when you don't have anything lined up for you? I mean, what's the point? Anyways, thanks for listening to my rant.